So what I'm actually doing now is working on Edna Lockwood's rudder. This is the old rudder that you can see where the pintles and gudgeons, all the rudder hardware attached to the boat and to the rudder. Here's where this piece attaches here. This is the new rudder. This is the old rudder. You can see the new hardware. This is actually an old piece of hardware that was galvanized. We sent it to a galvanizer in Baltimore, and they put the galvanized coating on the outside to protect it from the salty water. What I'm doing now, the rudder is rough cut to shape. It's mostly finished actually, but what I have to do is make this shape right here and this cut out in the rudder. If you look at that here on the new one, you can see where this heel is cut into it, but where the pintle attaches here, the strap for the pintle needs to be let into the side of the rudder here, and then this needs to be cut away. The reason that needs to be cut away, look at how it attaches here, it will fit that way, but what has to happen with this is the gudgeon, and that's the pintle. It has a pin on it, so you can remember. This gets attached to the boat, so this attaches onto the boat, and then the rudder fits down. It sets out like that. The rudder fits down into the boat, so you can imagine when it comes time to actually put this in, it's a little bit of a tricky procedure, and this thing weighs about 300 pounds. So this will be done on the railway with several folks and probably the forklift, but this pin has to fit exactly down inside this hole, and there's only that much of a slot to get it. So what I'm doing now is actually pretty critical to make sure that it fits right. So let's see, that's what I'm about to do there, and I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to let this in. You can see that it's only about 1/4 of an inch down, so I probably will cut it down this way with a chisel all the way around and then gouge out on both sides. I may use a rabbet plane to cut an edge with a chisel so I mark the boundary of what I want to cut, and then cut it with a plane. I haven't figured that out yet. I'll have to go through that little process, figure out what tool makes the most sense. And likewise here, I've got to, like if this were a light piece of wood, I would just take it and put it in the ship saw and cut that curve out and move on about my business. But you either have the option of taking the work to the tool or the tool to the work, and since in this case the work is not going anywhere, I'm going to have to figure out the tools to bring to it.